artists! Welcome back to another Peiloff paint along where we paint, peel, and create together. Today, we're painting a bright sunflower while learning about warm and cool colors. We'll also practice color mixing and creating new ones. For this project, you're going to need a palette. It could be a palette paper, a paper plate, anything you want to hold and mix your paints on. We're using the Easy Sunflower Stencil from Peiloff.com. You'll need a canvas. I'm using half a sheet of canvas paper, but you can use a canvas board, canvas panel, a canvas tote bag, any type of canvas. We're going to use a paper towel to clean our brush off between colors, as well as a cup of water to rinse our colors off of our brush. For our brushes, we are using a flat wide brush and a small round brush. If you have primary paints, which are red, blue, and yellow, we're also going to do a little color mixing. Go ahead and place your Peiloff sunflower stencil right in the middle of your paper or canvas. We're going to save the vacuum paper that is on so that when we're done with this project, we can put our sunflower stencil right back and reuse it for something else. I'm going to put my stencil about in the middle of my canvas. It is adhesive, so it is going to stick. So I'm just going to rub it on, press it down gently so the edges are sealed. This will protect your sunflower while we paint the background. If you don't have a stencil yet, you can still sketch a simple sunflower by hand, but the stencil makes it super easy. I'm just going to rub it on, rub all the edges to make sure that it's securely sticking to my canvas so that no paint slips or slides underneath it. That's good. Before we paint, let's talk about colors. Artists often divide their colors into two families. Warm colors, like reds, oranges, and yellows. They feel like sunshine or fire. They feel warm. And then there's cool colors, like blues, greens, and purples. They feel like water or shade or a night sky. They feel cool. Give your paints a quick check. Which ones are warm? Which ones are cool? Keep that in mind because we'll use each group in different parts of our painting. Now let's fill in the background using only cool colors. Blue, green, and purple. Green is made with blue and yellow. So you could have a cool green that has mostly blue and a little yellow, or you could make a warm green that has mostly yellow and a little bit of blue. I'm going to stick with the cool green since we're doing a cool background. I'm going to use my flat wide brush and just put these colors in random places on my background. So I'm going to start with my blue. Go ahead and get paint on your stencil. That is a-okay. We're going to end up peeling our stencil off, so all of this gray is not going to be here at the end. So whatever you paint on the gray also won't be there at the end. Go ahead and use all the cool colors that you want to create your background. Now, because we're using a stencil, we want to make sure that we do get paint on the edges of our stencil so that we have a clean shape when we peel it off. Completely fill your background with color. You shouldn't see any white spaces. In some of the places, I put too much paint on my canvas, so I'm just going to spread it out with my brush, and that's going to help my canvas dry faster and more evenly. That looks great. I'm going to let my background dry a little bit. Now the magic part. Let's peel back the stencil. Carefully lift it up and look. We've saved the perfect outline of a sunflower right in the center of your page. That's why I love these Peiloff stencils. They do the hard work for you so you can focus on the fun part, painting. And they're reusable. So if you gently take it off, you can put it back onto your backing paper and use it again for another project. Time to paint our sunflower. For the petals, we'll use warm colors, yellow, orange, and red. Since we're using primary colors, we have yellow here and we have red. But with these two colors, we can make orange. And we're going to make that right here on our canvas. I'm going to start with my small round brush. This is my detail brush. I can get smaller areas like the corners of the petals. And I'm going to start by painting yellow. I'm just going to paint my whole sunflower yellow. If you go out of the lines, it is okay. But with our stencil, we have a great shape for where our sunflower would be. I'm starting by outlining my sunflower. So I'm just going to go by the edges and put some paint in. Now that my sunflower is completely yellow, I'm going to start using some more warm colors to decorate my sunflower. So I'm going to put red into my petals. I'm just moving my brush into little circles as if I was mixing on a palette, but instead I'm mixing on my canvas. This is looking very red, so I'm going to add some more yellow. Now I'm starting to see some orange. Are you? Now I'm going to do the same thing in my leaf, but instead of mixing on my canvas, I'm going to mix on my palette. I want a warm green. Do you remember how we make that? A little cool blue and a lot of warm yellow, so we should end up with a warm green. Let's look at our two greens while they're on the palette. You see our warm green is very bright. It feels like a sunny day. And our cool green is darker. It feels like it should be in the ocean or a rainy day. We're going to use our warm, bright green to paint our warm leaf of our sunflower. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more paint along, and tag me on Instagram at PEILOFF painting. Now for the center of our sunflower, we're gonna make brown. Brown is a mix of all three primary colors. So we're gonna start by making a good orange on our palette. I'm gonna do that with all the yellow that I have left and a little dot of red. Now that we have orange, we're going to add a little bit of blue. Now I'm going to paint the center of my sunflower. Find the middle and make a circle. I'm going to go back into my red and I'm going to just go and fix the edges of my sunflower. Have you ever seen an orange sunflower? Sunflowers grow in a variety of warm colors. So they can be yellow, orange, or you guessed it, red. I'm just gonna wipe my brush clean and then blend this red back down into my orange just by moving the red down with a clean brush. And I'm just gonna lightly feather my brush like I'm dusting a glass delicate shelf. Very soft, not really rubbing or scrubbing, and just move some of this color around. Step back and look at your sunflower. Do you want broader petals? A darker background? This is your time to add any finishing touches. If you love this project, you can grab your own Peiloff sunflower stencil kit through the link in the description. Each kit comes with a reusable stencil and a lesson plan so you can keep painting at home or in the classroom. Beautiful work. Thanks so much for painting along with me. Today you learned about warm and cool colors and how mixing colors creates new ones. If you share your finished sunflower, I'd love to see it. See you in the next one.